Let's see. Jeff asks, how many meetings would a business have to hold during a year to be compliant? That's an excellent question, and really the minimum number of meetings per year is one. Every business should hold at least one annual meeting to discuss the yearly financials and the other business that is going to come before the board of the meeting or the board of the company. But at any point during the year where you make a substantial change to the structure of your business, and these would be things like adding in new members for an LLC, adding in additional shareholders for a corporation, issuing new shares, things of that nature, at that point you should hold another meeting just to document that change and any appropriate resolutions. And so the minimum is one meeting per year, and the maximum is really as many meetings as you'd like to have. Let's see, Samantha asks, do all the parties need to be present for the meeting? And that is an excellent question and does vary quite a bit on the rules of your business. However, by default, you do need at least a quorum of members in attendance. And the quorum is set in the operating agreement or bylaws for your business. Typically, it's simply a majority. And so if you have 5 members in your business, you would need at least 3 present at that meeting. But if, for whatever reason, a member can't make it, they can sign a waiver, waiving their presence at the meeting, and then authorizing another individual to make their vote at the meeting itself. And so all members do not need to be present, but all members do need to make some sort of arrangements to have their presence recorded. Bill T. asks, what examples, if any, do we have of a small business that has had its personal assets taken where the plaintiff pierced the corporate veil? And really the biggest example that comes to mind is Peregrine Financial Group, PGH. It was a brokerage firm up in Minnesota that ended up declaring bankruptcy and having the corporate veil pierced because of the rampant fraud of the owners of that group, or of that company, rather. And among other things, the president and CEO of that company had all of his assets seized, including the contents of his wine cellar, a restaurant that he owned, things of that nature. But other examples of that include Bernie Madoff, really any of the big fraud cases that you hear about, where there was commingling, there was fraudulent activity, and there was, to some extent, a lack of the corporate formalities documenting business decisions that led to the assets of the owners being seized. Let's see. Mike asks, is there a service or software that can take care of this for you and still be deemed legal? Absolutely. And as I mentioned, we can prepare these minutes for you, which include the waiver of notice or notice, as well as the meeting minutes and any appropriate resolutions. And we can prepare those for you and then just pass them on for you to complete and sign. Next question. Latoya asks, what are some examples of situations where a company should be keeping meeting minutes? And these are really the situations where you're changing the basic structure of your company. And most commonly, this comes when you're adding in additional funding to your to your business in the form of a corporation. This would be an additional stock purchase or a promissory note from yourself to the business, or rather the business to yourself. And then in an LLC, this would be an addition of capital or a removal of capital. But in a situation where your company was going to open a new banking account or close a banking account, that would also be recorded. And if you have further questions about the type of situation where your business would need to do that, or if you'd like to talk to us about whether a specific situation should be kept through or should be notarized, and I use notarized, but that's sort of a poor term, should be made note of and recorded, then it should be done through meeting minutes. And remember, when you're preparing these meeting minutes, the goal is to just show that any decisions are being made by your business, not by you as an individual. Then, see, it looks like one more question. And this has been sort of coming in from many people, but Jason is sort of the one that's coming up first. Jason is asking, what's the difference between an LLC and a corporation when it comes to keeping meeting minutes? And the big difference between the two is that with the corporation, you really need to hold two meetings. First, a meeting of the board of directors in order to make decisions for the business, and then second, a meeting of the shareholders in which to approve those business decisions. Whereas in the LLC, you would only need to hold a meeting of the members in order to approve business decisions. But outside of that, there isn't really a difference between the structure of the minutes themselves, because both of these entities are trying to just keep to the same type of corporate formalities. All of the requirements in terms of the waiver, as well as the requirements of the minutes, simply getting those down accurately, would apply to the meetings for both types of business. And it looks like that's going to finish up all the questions. If you do have additional questions, please get in touch with us at learn@smallbusinessfinancials.com or by phone at 623-334-2913 or 623-334-2914. Once again, thank you very much for attending today. I do definitely appreciate you folks giving up a portion of your day to listen to me talk, and I hope to talk to you in the near future. Again, thank you very much, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye.